In November 2007, a 21-year-old British student was murdered in a house she shared with an American exchange student in Perugia, Italy. Within days, Italian prosecutors had a suspect, a theory, and a nickname for the press: Foxy Knoxy. It would take 8 years, 2 trials, 2 acquittals, and Italy's highest court to finally settle who actually killed her. And it wasn't the person the world spent nearly a decade watching on television. This is the Reckoning Files. On November 1st, 2007, Meredith Kercher, a 21-year-old British exchange student studying in Perugia, is found dead in the apartment she shares with 3 roommates, including 20-year-old American exchange student Amanda Knox. Kercher has been sexually assaulted and killed. Her bedroom door was locked from the outside. A window elsewhere in the apartment appears to have been broken to fake a burglary. Within days, Italian police focus on 3 people: Amanda Knox, her Italian boyfriend of about a week, Raffaele Sollecito, and, briefly, a local bar owner named Patrick Lumumba, whom Knox names during a lengthy, high-pressure, overnight police interrogation conducted without a lawyer present, and by her later account, without a competent interpreter for parts of it. On November 5th, 2007, Knox and Sollecito are arrested. Lumumba is released within 2 weeks, once his alibi is confirmed. The actual physical evidence at the scene: DNA, a bloody shoe print, a fingerprint on the windowsill, points to someone else entirely, a man police already have on file. It will take Italian prosecutors years to fully reckon with that fact. The physical evidence at the crime scene is matched to Rudy Guede, a local man with a prior arrest record, whose DNA, fingerprint, and shoe print are all found in Kercher's room. Guede flees to Germany after the murder and is arrested there weeks later. He elects a fast-track trial, separate from Knox and Sollecito, and in October 2008 is convicted of Kercher's murder and sexual assault, later sentenced to 16 years on appeal. That should have settled the case. Instead, Italian prosecutors proceed with a separate, parallel theory: that Knox and Sollecito were also present and participated in the killing alongside Guede, despite the physical evidence connecting them to the crime scene itself being thin and, in places, later shown to be contaminated or misinterpreted. In December 2009, after a trial that draws intense international media coverage, much of it fixated on Knox's personal life and demeanor rather than the forensic case against her, a jury in Perugia convicts both Knox and Sollecito of murder. Knox is sentenced to 26 years. Independent forensic experts appointed by the court during the appeals process later conclude that the DNA evidence used to convict Knox and Sollecito was likely the result of contamination during collection and testing, samples too small and too degraded to meet international forensic standards, gathered using equipment and procedures a later review sharply criticizes. In 2011, an appeals court overturns both convictions and orders Knox and Sollecito released. It should have ended there. Italy's legal system, unlike most, allows prosecutors to appeal an acquittal. And they do. Knox returns to the United States immediately after her 2011 release, having spent nearly 4 years in an Italian prison. But under Italian law, the case is not over. In 2013, Italy's highest court, the Court of Cassation, overturns the acquittal on procedural grounds and orders a full retrial. Without Knox present, since she remains in America and does not return for it. In January 2014, a Florence appeals. Court convicts Knox and Sollecito a second time, reinstating a lengthy prison sentence for Knox, despite her not being in the courtroom. The case now has 2 convictions and 1 acquittal on its record, with 1 final appeal left to resolve which one stands. The final word comes from the Court of Cassation itself, Italy's Supreme Court, in March 2015. In a sweeping and unusually blunt ruling, the court definitively acquits both Knox and Sollecito for good, writing that the prosecution's case suffered from what it called stunning flaws, including investigative errors made under intense media pressure to produce a resolution quickly. 1 conviction from the case survives all the appeals: slander. During that first overnight interrogation in November 2007, Knox had named Patrick Lumumba as Kercher's killer, a statement she has always said was coerced, given after hours of high-pressure questioning without a lawyer present. Lumumba, cleared within 2 weeks, sued for the accusation, and Knox's slander conviction for it is upheld through the entire appeals process, unlike the murder charge. In January 2025, Italy's highest court makes its final ruling on the case. The slander conviction stands. Because the sentence is fully covered by time Knox already served during her nearly 4 years in prison, it carries no further practical penalty. But it closes the legal record on the case for good, 18 years after Kercher's murder. The case remains one of the most closely examined instances of wrongful prosecution in modern European history. A reminder of how quickly a circumstantial case, amplified by international media, eager for a story with a compelling suspect, can override forensic evidence that, examined properly, pointed somewhere else the entire time. In the years since her final acquittal, Knox has become a public advocate for criminal justice reform and wrongful conviction awareness, writing and speaking about her case specifically to highlight how forensic contamination, media pressure, and a rush to judgment can combine to convict someone the evidence never actually supported. Rudy Guede, the man whose DNA was found at the scene, was released in 2021 after serving most of his 16-year sentence. Meredith Kercher's family has said, across nearly 2 decades of appeals and media coverage, that their daughter's name and story were too often lost inside a much louder debate about someone else entirely. This channel closes this file the way it should have been reported from the start. Her name was Meredith Kercher, and her killer's DNA was on the wall of the room where she died. If you want the next case file, subscribe. New files drop Monday and Thursday.